old buddy, Mike Cernovich, on.
Oh, boy.
You remember Mike Cernovich. They're just exchanging ideas. You remember Mike Cernovich. He is the guy who is a documented date rape denier. He was also documented a promoter of Pizzagate, which ultimately led to a man going into a pizza parlor in Washington, D.C. with a weapon, looking for hidden dungeons where there were pedophile and prostitution rings.
Don't forget, he's an alleged rapist, but he pled it down to battery, so.
That's true. That is also true. There's more, of course. He also was famous for stepping on a rake and getting hit in the face, or rather, I should say more specifically, trying to get me fired and not getting me fired, or getting me fired and then having that not work out for him. He accused Barack Obama of all sorts of things, obviously, and he also failed miserably on his on-air screen test on InfoWars, which was difficult for him. Also a professional, what do they call him, pickup artist? Wasn't he basically was telling people to how to neg women? Basically, that's the way you pick up the ladies, I guess. But so Dave Rubin had him on for a second time. And I think, look, Dave Rubin can have on whoever he wants, and he can obviously not have on whomever he wants. But it seems to me there should be some accounting for platforming a guy like that. And they talked about some of the stuff, of course, the massive amounts of pedophile rings that he is convinced happened. But as far as I know, Dave did not bring up the widely publicized attempt to get me fired. They did complain, however, about how hard it is and how online culture is so despicable. In fact, do we have that clip? Let's play that now. There was a here is this is clip number 5, right? Is that it, or is that the best one? I think so. Oh yeah. Okay, so let's play a compilation from the actual filmmaker, Vic Berger, as opposed to the fake filmmaker that is Mike Cernovich. And here he is doing his rendition of the talk between Dave Rubin and Mike Cernovich, wherein Mike Cernovich really is upset. I will remind you that Mike Cernovich claims to have paid someone to dig through my tweets. They found a tweet from 2009 where I satirically chastised those people who were being apologists for Roman Polanski as a rapist, wherein I wrote in response to a petition that was going around in Hollywood trying to get Roman Polanski, get him some type of Lifetime Achievement Award or something to that effect, wherein I wrote, regarding Polanski, don't care about him, but if my daughter is ever raped, I hope it's by a much older man with a great sense of mise en scène. And the satire there obviously was that it is absurd that you would let someone off for the rape of an underage girl because they're a great filmmaker. That seems absurd. Well, of course, Mike Cernovich hired someone to dig through my tweets. That's all they could find. They tried to weaponize that with the use of bots. They had Donald Trump Jr. retweet it. They had Seb Gorka retweet it. Mike Cernovich and his folks pretended to be outraged citizens, members of a pedophile victims group and emailed all of our advertisers in an attempt to get them to end their association with this program, and ultimately got me fired from MSNBC, and then ultimately I was rehired. That did not come up in this conversation, but what did come up is how hard being a public figure is for Mike Cernovich, as told through this Vic Berger video.
Berger did, he had...
All right, I think we're live. We're live? We're live. Mike Cernovich, how you doing, man?
I think about every day how I ruined my life by ever becoming a public figure. And I could just write my books and live a good life, and nobody knew who I was. And before Trump ran, I was in a Parisian cafe, just writing, having fun with my wife, walking around looking at Notre Dame before it burned down and everything. And every day, I think I ruined my life by becoming a public figure, because just the fundamental indecency of it all is not something that I was prepared for. I'm prepared for a hit. But the angry little weird left people, the freaks, the weird Mike, and the people who support my family being harassed, they'll do all the dunking on Twitter. That does make you, in a way, it makes you sad. And the problem with making people like me sad is sometimes I hold my daughter and I think about the people who are trying to hurt her.
I remember we went to some party because my buddy's girlfriend said that this guy raped her. Mm-hmm. And we go, let's go kill him.
Right. You all know what Vic Berger did. You know he edited fake videos about my wife and daughter. Fact. You know that he's edited multiple videos about my daughter. Fact. And we're back. Sorry, my child's trying to be in this, but this isn't really kid-friendly. Yes, these are all real. So just ask them, what did they mean by that? And you know the emails he sent me, the threats. You know that I've gone to police. You've seen the police reports. So
this is some clown.
This is some clown, but they're watching.
He calls me alt-right and racist.
Yeah, this is my message to them. He made fake videos about my wife and daughter. This could be an actual pedophile ring, so I have to just make it public and publicize it. They're all connected to this guy. His Twitter handle is VICBERGER the 4th. Please, Vet, call the cops. Again, they're all connected to this one guy. He's at the middle of all, Vic Berger. Fuck you, sue me. You know, like, I just don't give a fuck.
All right, man. Well, on that note, I hope we cleaned up some of this. The chips will fall where they may, and we'll both keep going, I suppose. And
my pleasure. Thanks again.
Yeah, good talking to you.
Yes. There it is, folks. And apparently Dave Rubin now wants to host Democratic presidential candidate Pete Buttigieg. And boy, it seems to me that would be a huge mistake for that Democratic primary hopeful to appear in that same very seat. But if he wants to be seen in the same light as someone like Mike Cernovich, I mean, I'm not, I have no bone to pick with Mayor Pete. He's not necessarily my favorite candidate.
I have plenty.
But if that's what he wants to do, then I say more power to you. I hope that that brings you dividends. I just have a feeling it won't bring you the dividends you think it will. If you are a fan of Mayor Pete's, I would suggest to him probably not a good idea. But, like I say, to each their own. And again, I want to remind you when Mike answered the question, the eternal question of Mike Cernovich, who's laughing now, Sam? It's me. I'm laughing now. Ha ha. Ha ha. Ha ha. All right, we're going to take a quick break.